I'm 81 years old, and I can't take a full breath anymore.
They removed my left lung 3 years ago, cut it right out of my chest. And here's what nobody tells you about quitting smoking. Sometimes you quit too late. Sometimes the damage is already done, and it keeps getting worse even after you stop. I quit at 60. 21 years ago, I thought I'd saved myself. I really did. I remember standing in my driveway, crushing that last pack of Marlboros under my boot, feeling like I'd beaten it, like I'd turned back time. I was wrong. The COPD came anyway. The scarring kept spreading. The lung collapsed at 78, and the surgeon said there was nothing left to save. And now I wake up every morning wondering if today's the day my right lung gives out too. You think quitting later is better than never? You're right. But you know what's better than quitting later? Quitting now. Today. This minute. Because later might be too late. My name doesn't matter. What matters is that I started smoking at 15 in 1959. Everyone smoked back then. My father smoked. My uncle smoked. The doctor who delivered my youngest son smoked in the delivery room. It wasn't a vice. It was just what you did. I smoked Marlboro Reds for 45 years. 2 packs a day by the time I was 30. That's 40 cigarettes every single day for 3 decades. Do the math. That's over 500,000 cigarettes. 500,000 times I put poison in my lungs and thought nothing of it. But here's the thing. People don't understand about addiction. You don't think you're addicted. You think you just like smoking. You think you can stop whenever you want. You think you're in control. I thought that for 45 years. My wife started nagging me in my 40s. My kids started in my 50s. My doctor started threatening me with charts and statistics and horror stories. And I'd nod. I'd agree. I'd say, yeah, I should quit. I will. Soon. Soon became later. Later became someday. Someday became, well, it almost became never. I finally quit at 60 because I couldn't walk up a flight of stairs without stopping halfway. Because I'd wake up coughing so hard I'd vomit. Because my grandson asked me why I sounded like Darth Vader when I breathed. That last one is what did it. A 7-year-old kid looking at me with these huge brown eyes, asking why Grandpa wheezed. So I quit. Cold turkey, June 14th, 2004. I remember the date because it was Flag Day, and I thought it was poetic, declaring independence from cigarettes. And for a while, I felt like a hero. The first year was hell. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The cravings were brutal. I'd dream about smoking. I'd wake up thinking I had a cigarette in my hand. I gained 30 pounds because I replaced cigarettes with food. But I made it. 1 year, then 2, then 5. And things got better. The cough eased up a little. I could walk up those stairs without stopping. I could play with my grandson without gasping for air every 30 seconds. My wife stopped giving me those worried looks every time I coughed. I thought I dodged the bullet. You see, there's this story smokers tell themselves when they quit. It goes like this. Your lungs start healing immediately. After 1 year, your risk drops by half. After 10 years, it's like you never smoked. I believed that story. I repeated it to myself every time someone asked how I was doing. Getting better every day, I'd say. Lungs are healing. But here's what they don't tell you in those motivational quit smoking pamphlets. If you smoked long enough and hard enough, some damage doesn't heal. Some damage is permanent, and some damage keeps getting worse, even after you stop. At 65, I got diagnosed with stage 2 COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. My doctor said it was expected given my history, and that quitting was the best thing I could have done to slow it down. Slow it down, not stop it, not reverse it, slow it down. I was 5 years smoke-free, and I was still getting sicker. At 70, it was stage 3. The scarring in my lungs was permanent. The airways were damaged beyond repair. I needed an inhaler just to function. My doctor started talking about oxygen tanks down the road. At 75, I was on supplemental oxygen, 4 liters per minute. A plastic tube hooked behind my ears, running under my nose, tethered to a machine that hissed like a snake every time I moved. And I hadn't smoked in 15 years. Let me pause here and ask you something directly. If you smoke, do you have a quit date in mind? Is it next year? When you turn 40? When you retire? When the kids are grown? When things calm down at work? Here's the truth you need to hear. Your lungs are being damaged right now, today, this minute. And every cigarette you smoke pushes you closer to a point of no return, a line you can't see until you've already crossed it. I thought I had time. I thought quitting at 60 was still pretty good. I thought 45 years of smoking would be forgiven by 20 or 30 years of not smoking. But your lungs don't keep score that way. They don't give you credit for stopping. They just live with the damage you already did. And the cruel joke? The real sickness doesn't usually show up until decades after you start. So when you're 25, smoking feels harmless. When you're 35, you feel fine. When you're 45, you're just a little more winded than you used to be. And then you're 60 and you can't breathe. And then you're 75 and you're dragging an oxygen tank to the grocery store. And then you're 81 and you're missing half your lungs. The bill comes due. Eventually, it always comes due. I was 78 when my left lung collapsed. It was a Tuesday morning in March. I was sitting in my recliner reading the newspaper, and suddenly I couldn't breathe. Not short of breath, not winded. I could not get air into my body, no matter how hard I tried. My wife called 911. I don't remember the ambulance ride. I woke up in the ICU 3 days later with a chest tube draining fluid and a surgeon standing over my bed telling me the lung was non-functional. They did scans. They did biopsies. They tried to re-inflate it. Nothing worked. The tissue was too scarred, too destroyed. The years of tar and smoke and inflammation had turned my left lung into something that looked like a sponge that had been left in acid. They removed it 4 months later, cut open my chest, spread my ribs, and took it out like a rotten tooth. I remember asking the surgeon afterwards, would this have happened if I'd never smoked? He didn't sugarcoat it. He said, probably not. And then I asked the question I was really afraid of. Would it have happened if I'd quit earlier, at 40, at 30? He looked at me for a long time. Then he said, I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. But I'll tell you this. The earlier you quit, the better your odds. Every year you smoke, you roll the dice. And eventually, the dice come up snake eyes. Snake eyes, that's what I got at 78, after 18 years of being smoke-free. And here's the part that haunts me the most. I'd thought I'd won. For almost 2 decades, I'd thought I'd beaten it. Now I'm 81. 1 lung. Stage 4, COPD. I sleep sitting up because lying down makes me feel like I'm drowning. I can't walk from my bedroom to the kitchen without resting. I get pneumonia twice a year because I don't have the lung capacity to cough properly anymore. My right lung is starting to fail too. The doctors say it's only a matter of time. They don't say if, they say when. And every single day I think about those cigarettes, those 500,000 cigarettes. I think about every single one I could have not smoked, every craving I could have fought through, every excuse I could have ignored. I think about being 40 years old, healthy, strong, full of life, and choosing to keep poisoning myself because I'll quit someday. Someday came, but it came too late. You want to know the worst part? It's not the physical stuff. It's not the oxygen tanks or the surgeries or the medications or the exhaustion. It's watching my great-grandchildren grow up and knowing I won't see them graduate high school. It's seeing my wife's face every time I have a coughing fit and knowing she's wondering if this is the one that kills me. It's lying awake at 3 a.m., feeling my one remaining lung struggling to do the work of two, and thinking about all the time I wasted. Time I thought I had. Time I thought I could borrow from my future self. Time I threw away for a nicotine buzz that lasted 10 minutes. I quit 21 years ago, and I'm still dying from smoking. Let that sink in. You can quit today, right now, and still die from it 20 years later. That's not a scare tactic. That's not exaggeration. That's my life. That's what I wake up to every single morning. The cigarettes won. Even though I quit, even though I fought, even though I thought I'd escaped, they won. So why am I telling you this? Why am I sitting here at 81, one lung in my chest and death getting closer every day, making a video? Because you still have time. If you're watching this and you smoke, you still have time. Your lungs might already be damaged. They probably are, but they're not gone yet. You're not at my finish line. You're somewhere in the middle of the race, and you can still change the ending. Will quitting today undo the damage you've already done? No, I'm not going to lie to you. Some of that damage is permanent, but will quitting today stop more damage? Yes, absolutely yes. Will it improve your odds? Yes. Will it give you more years with the people you love? Yes. Will it give you a chance to actually see your grandchildren grow up? Yes. I quit at 60 and got 21 years. If I'd quit at 40, I might have gotten 40 years. If I'd quit at 25, I might have gotten a full life. You don't get do-overs. You don't get to wind the clock back, but you do get to stop making it worse right now, today. Here's what I want you to do, and I mean literally do, not think about doing someday. 1, throw away your cigarettes, not tomorrow, not after you finish the pack. Now, walk to the trash can and throw them away. 2, tell someone you're quitting, out loud. Your spouse, your kid, your friend, your coworker. Say the words, "I'm quitting smoking today." 3, get help. There's medication, there's therapy, there's nicotine replacement, there's support groups. You don't have to do this alone, and doing it alone is how most people fail. And 4, and this is the most important one, forgive yourself when you slip. Because you probably will. I did. Most people do. That's not permission to give up. That's just reality. If you smoke one cigarette after a week of not smoking, you haven't failed. You've succeeded for a week. Learn from it and keep going. The cigarettes want you to think it's too late. They want you to think the damage is done, so why bother? Don't believe them. It's not too late, not yet. But someday it will be. I'm 81 with one lung. I quit smoking 21 years ago. 15 years too late. Don't let that be your story. If this video helped you, if it scared you, if it made you think about that pack in your pocket or that vape in your purse, share it. Send it to someone who needs to see it. Leave a comment and tell me what you're going to do differently. Tell me your quit date. tell me you're throwing away that pack right now. And if you want more stories like this, real stories from real people about the things we regret and the lessons we learned too late, subscribe, because this channel exists to give you the wisdom we had to pay for with our lives. You still have time. Use it.